I do love it when I'm busy doing something and I see one of my own kind of workers doing something. I find it so satisfying from like a logistics and automation point of view. What's going on, farm fans? Today we've got some work to do. We had a bit of an epiphany since the last time we played. I have installed a new mod called the Map Objects Hider mod. And basically what it allows me to do is it allows me to delete pre-built things on land that I own. Because it was really bugging me that I couldn't remove this fence. And it's also really bugging me that I can't build a little operations area on my other field that I own. My goal is to turn the center of this map into our kind of core logistics hub. And I was hoping to knock down these trees in field 32 in the corner of this map and build a little entryway up here from this road. But I couldn't do it because I couldn't remove this hedgerow down here. And I couldn't remove this fence here and this hedgerow there. And it really bugged me, right? Because this is land that I own. So if I owned this land, if I wanted to knock this fence down, I should be able to. And if I want to cut this hedge down, I should be able to. And it's just an arbitrary limitation of the game that stops me from doing that. Well, that's not true anymore. So what I can do is I can now remove these fences and I can remove this hedge. And I can remove this hedge here and obviously cut down all the trees. And I'm going to turn this kind of entranceway here into a big sawmill and kind of first production chain for wood. And then here is going to be a huge silage storage area for all of this cut grass. So that's the plan. And of course, I'm going to continue doing contracts because I need to make money and I have contracts running. So as the game progresses throughout the day, you'll see me speed up time or skip time as I do contracts. But I'm really quite excited now because it did kind of bug me that I couldn't manage my own land in a way that I wanted to. And so this mod is really great. So now if I run over here, look, I'll just give you a quick demo. This is my land and I own this land and I don't want this fence here because this is my land and I can get rid of the fence if I want. And so now I can just get rid of it. So that fence is gone, that fence is gone. And that fence is gone, so I can just walk along and just delete my fence, much like I would be able to if I didn't want this fence here. So I'm really happy with that. I'm also happy with the limitation that I can't just go around and delete random things on the map just because it annoys me. I can only delete things on land that I own, and I think that's a really important distinction here. I'm not going to try and edit this entire map just because I don't like something. All I'm going to do is just make my land more suitable for my own requirements, much like I would if I was a farmer or if I owned the land. So happy with that. So yeah, throughout this session, I'm going to be clearing all this area. I'm going to finish off cutting the hedge down and building a silage storage area here. And then once I've got the silage storage area, I'll get all this grass picked up and put into there. And then once I've done that, I'll cross over the road and I'll start building the entrance into my kind of logistics hub. There is an awful lot of wood chopping and wood clearing I need to do on the other side of that road. So I'm going to have to figure out a more efficient way of moving fallen trees down, because doing it by hand and cutting up into little tiny pieces is not a way I want to spend my evenings because it's pretty dull. So I'm going to have to drag the wood out using that winch that I used before, and I'll just pile it all up somewhere for now. Oh, look at this open space. This is amazing. So yeah, so I'll have to move this wood around again, sadly. And then on the other side of the road, I'll have to kind of do some jiggery-pokery, but that's okay. That's kind of what we're here for. So this hedge, I can cut down that because I don't need this. And this one, there we go. I think I can cut the rest down. So yeah, so I'm going to flatten this bit of land and vehicles can come in down this road, and I'll flatten this to make it into an entranceway, and they'll be able to pull into some silage system up here. And then other vehicles will be able to continue down this road to get to my other piece of land, which you can just see coming up here on the right, this kind of entranceway here. I'm planning on clearing this area up here and making this a huge open entranceway into what will become this logistics area here with a big sawmill and maybe some other production chains over here. And if I need to, and I can extend this way. And now that I can remove fences that are on my land, I can join this together for more fields. I can join these together to make different paddocks or whatever I need to do. So it's great news. I'm really, really very happy with that. I can also, if I really want to, remove gates. Again, gates are my property. They're on my land. So if I don't feel the need for having a gate on my land, well, that's fine. I can get rid of the gate. I can chop it down. The good thing about this mod, if you haven't used it before, is that you can see what you've cut down and you can restate it if you like. So if I delete something that I regret or I want to put back, it's not a one-way thing. I can just go find it in this list and then click restore and then it appears back on the map again. So it's really quite good. So we have somewhere for all this grass to go now. I have a tractor ready and waiting to get the forage harvester, I think it's called. So that can get picked up and then that can start traveling back towards my field. I do also need to figure out what to plant in that new field. So we have the field there. I've forgotten which one's mine. Was it 30? I think it's 30, isn't it? Anyone who's been watching me for a while knows that my memory is really quite terrible. Yeah, 30. So we have this lovely field here, which I understand is all ready to go. I just need to figure out what to plant on it, which isn't a problem. I just need to do it. And then I need to figure out how to actually do the planting. But I'm going to clear this wood first because I don't know if I need to drag all of this wood out in order to kind of clear it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is cut all of the trees down, drag all of the wood out to kind of to the side or something like that, clear it all somehow, and then get the sawmill put in, and then obviously put all of the wood back in. So I'm going to be doing all of that before planting this field because, well, for obvious reasons. I don't want to start making a mess on a field as I'm growing something in it. I do also have a course play saved for this grass, which is quite useful, so I'll get that going. I'm not too sure how quickly this will fill up. Oh my goodness, it's on almost 10% already. Okay, so this is going to take quite a bit of toing and throwing to fill this up. I understand that I literally just dump the grass in this concrete area and then I have to kind of drive over it to compact it down. I also understand that at some point I'll be able to make that into a course play automation. But for now, I'm just going to do it manually because I need to figure out how to do it first, right? I can't automate something I don't understand how it works. So we'll have a go at doing it ourselves to start with. I've been filling up this trailer over here with wood with the intention of moving it all somewhere into our kind of sawmill area. I'm hoping with all these trees I have to cut down that I'm going to have enough wood to last the sawmill for a good amount of time. Because I am cutting down basically an entire forest, so that should keep the sawmill with plenty of material for a while. At least I'm hoping so anyway. So yeah, I think I just drive in and then kind of dump it all in here. I've seen something new pop up. Fill levels, chaff 0, compacting 0. So we're kind of doing the right thing, I think. Control I. So I don't know how to do it. I guess I spread it throughout the length of it, which is kind of what I'm doing. This in-out approach is what I wanted, so I could just drive in one side, whether that's coming off the road and going that way and back round again, or coming in that way. So that worked quite nicely. I'm happy with that. I do love it when I'm busy doing something and I see one of my own kind of workers doing something. I find it so satisfying from like a logistics and automation point of view. I was doing some stone picking in a field a couple of episodes ago, and in the field, a couple of fields over, I could see a harvester and a trailer kind of driving around together, working in unison, and it was really satisfying. I really enjoy it. I think that's what I'm enjoying about this game, right? So most of you now know that I don't know anything about farming, and I'm completely new to this game. And of course, I've enjoyed kind of learning very basic things about this kind of farming world, but I'm also enjoying the kind of the automation and logistics and operations side of the game. So the fact that I don't know what ploughing really is doesn't detract from the fun that I have of setting up the automated routes and the vehicles communicating with each other and kind of doing things automatically. I'm finding that really quite fun. And I'm learning about farming at the same time, right? So win-win as far as I'm concerned. So I need to figure out this land stuff. So I need to go up and down. So raise, lower is right click. Okay, that's definitely going up and down. What's this? Level. Okay, that seems to level it with the starting point. Okay, so if I click here and drag across, it's kind of bringing it down. Oh no, that's kind of gone too far. It would make sense that I level it to the level of the silo so the vehicles don't have to go up and down too much. So it appears I can't edit the terrain that has map objects on, which I guess does kind of make sense. What does soften do? I'm not really sure what that's doing, to be honest. It's doing something. Okay, so I need to cut this out. So I need to get the stump cutter, which I'll lease one in a moment. You're stuck. Let me go and empty you while I've got control. I'm looking forward to, like, the contracts don't take up too much brain space, but I'm looking forward to not having to rely on them for income all of the time. And I suppose as I take more and more control of the map, okay, why are you not emptying? As I take more and more control of the map, I'll probably have less and less contracts because I own more of the land. So I suppose at some point there will be less and less contracts for me to be doing. Just because, yeah, because there's no contracts to do, because the land's all mine. So then I've got to figure out how to do all my own contracts and look after my own land, which, quite frankly, right now sounds pretty horrendous because I don't even know what to plant in that one field that I own. I wonder if you actually need... I think it's a roller and a blade or a shield or something. Actually, no, I think it was called a shield. I wonder if you actually need one to do the compacting or whether you can just keep driving over it. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll find out. It is compacting now. Look, compacting 11, 12%. So it does seem to go up. Is it going up or going down? I guess it's actually going down, isn't it, rather than up? It appears that grass I just dumped isn't even in the silage bunker. Look, it's a different colour, which suggests that I just screwed it up a little bit. I might be able to shove it in there maybe with a shovel or something. I don't know. Oh! Oh no, my neatly piled wood. I don't know how to care for this field. Does a grass field need fertilizing? I know there's something else called rolling, which I think I've done on a contract before, but I don't know if it's something I need to do or not. I guess I should read a little bit about it at some point to figure it out. My goodness, I've dumped it outside again. Okay, so I'm going to ditch this trailer, and then I think I'm just going to drive up and down it a few times and see how it works. I wonder if it's worth leasing a tool to help me squidge it down. A silage cutter. Feeder. What's this one? That log fork might be useful if we're based on the work I need to be doing soon. That's the leveler. It says it's to move it. I think I want a 3-pointer, so I'm going to buy that. Come on, please just fit. Please just fit. Oh, why does nothing fit? Does it go on the back? Oh, it goes on the back. Okay. I wonder then if it goes actually on the front, but it goes not on the loader thing. It would make more sense that this goes on the front, right? Because you kind of shove and push it rather than drag. Oh, I thought so at least. Ha ha ha! Nice! And so I've got some controls up, down, left, right. Perfect. Looks like it unfolds as well. Good. Getting organised. Let's start having a little look at this other land. Okay, we've got a lot of clearing to do. There's at least 3 or 4 or 5 big trees just at the entranceway. And there's a lot of trees in here. Look, all of these need to be cut and pulled out. So I think it's going to take a fair chunk of time, and we're certainly going to have a lot of wood. And I think I'm just going to have to pile up all the wood just kind of over here for now. Just dump it here somewhere. And then once I get the sawmill, I'll figure out how to cut it all and stack it nicely in the sawmill. I suppose it makes sense that I work my way in from the edge rather than start on the roadway. Although it's the road that I'm looking forward to doing the most. And it is the road where I need the mulcher, isn't it? So perhaps I'll just clear the road. Perhaps I'll clear these few trees and these few and pull them back to the middle with the winch. Then borrow the mulcher, clear the entranceway, and then it'll make it easier for me to come and go anyway. Okay, let's see how this monster works. First thing I want to do is I want to see if I can move this grass in. Oh, now we're talking. Okay, well, I feel like there was probably a better way of doing that, but it's now at 100%. So I hope that's all done now. Let me just return this. Oh, I bought it, didn't I? Okay, that now belongs to me. I'm not entirely convinced that that was the right item to have bought. That didn't really seem to do much compacting. That does seem to be used for shoving. Okay, now I need to figure out how to close gate, open gate. Close what gate? I'm sure you're supposed to be able to cover this up or something. Sell. I don't want to sell it. My goodness, this must stink. I'm not really entirely sure why. I thought I had to put a cover over it or something. I might be mistaken, of course. I've just noticed that there is a log sticking in the middle of it, which I'm not entirely convinced that's probably helping. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe you don't have to cover it up. I mean, it's entirely likely that I'm just incorrect. I didn't see anything while I was in the vehicle, but maybe I have to be in a vehicle. Nope. Okay, don't know why that's doing that. Right, anyway, let's just leave that. I guess I'll find out in a little while whether that's doing the right thing or not. Because I'm expecting it to turn into kind of silage. I still don't really know what that silage is going to do, but that's a story for another day. I'm going to dump these forks down. Because I want to buy those other wood forks. Although annoyingly, that means I need to drive all the way back to pick them up. Where was it? Log fork, that was it. There's nothing to configure. Let me just buy it. Right, I'm going to send you to go get that. Okay, so over here, let's start thinking about what we need to clear. So we need to clear all these trees just to get access to it. But we're going to need to clear over here as well to pull the trees out. So I think, should we clear to the side or should we clear to the back? And there's quite a lot of space here, isn't there? So perhaps we clear in this way. My tractor's almost back now with the new log thingamajiggy, so I'll be able to get the winch and start moving some trees around, which will be fun. I'm just trying to clear a little bit of access for him so he can get through here. I'm not quite sure how we're going to get on with the how we're going to figure out the mulching, because I don't have a powerful enough tractor to power it. So we'll have to think about that, and I think leasing a tractor is going to be very expensive. I don't know for sure, but I would assume it's not going to be cheap. And if I'm going to spend that much money, I would rather spend it on something that I get to keep. It'd be good if there was an easy way to see if something's small enough for me to lift up. It's quite a lot of trial and error of cutting something to see if it's now light enough. to pick up. I mean, I guess IRL you wouldn't know if something's light enough until you try to pick it up, would you? So I guess it's probably fair enough that it works this way. Okay, can we get through here? I think we can get through there. Let's go give it a try. Oh look, the gate's back. How odd. I guess that hide anything mod is a bit buggy. I can't see any big changes to my grass. I'm going to jump out in a second and see if I can now cover it up. I'm sure you have to cover it up. I'm sure that's what they did in the video that I watched. Oh, hang on. Blanket silo. There we go. Ah. Do you really want to blanket the silo? 91,000 litres. Yes. Haha! There we go. Fermenting. So 91,000 litres of grass. I don't know if that's much. It's going to be silage, isn't it? I wonder how much that's worth. Prices. Silage. Not there. Silage is 100 and I got 91,000. So that could be 90,000. I can't imagine it's that much. I've never been that lucky. However much I think something's going to be worth, it's always far less than what it actually turns out to be. I experienced that firsthand with my my wonderful foray into lettuce. Right, can I sneak through here? When I say sneak, of course I mean bash. Oh, I reckon I can get through that little gap. Come on. Yeah. Right, so I need to get these trees out. I'm not sure how far the winch cable works. I need to lower it, don't I? Yeah. What does that do? So does the winch cable go all the way to these trees in the distance? Can you reach to that one? Yes, you can. Okay, that's good. I need to put you away for now because I'm not ready for you yet. Ah. Okay, so let's just start pulling these ones out along the front then. Which is the first one that I want to go? It is... I'll leave this one here because that's nice. I'll leave that one for now as well. I'll start with this one. Timber. I would normally cut them all down and then drag them all, but I think I'm going to do it one by one just to make it a bit easier to see what I'm doing. Although saying that, they're going to get caught on other trees, aren't they? What the hell? Where's it gone? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Attach B. Control winch K. Here it comes. Here comes my tractor. This is not what I want to happen. Can I leave the tree on the winch and drive and drag the tree? That is a very good question. Whoa! So if I can jump in my tractor, lift it, and now can I drive you off? Oh my goodness, I can. Okay, this is useful. Just need to make sure I don't get stuck on another tree. Steady, steady, steady. I need to get you out here if I can. Alright. Oh goodness. If in doubt, get the chainsaw out. Oh my god, that was a huge tree. No wonder I couldn't drive into it. I want to pick you up. There we go. Can I scoop you at the same time? Oh my god, I can't handle all these different inputs. Down, down, tilt, down, down, forward. Do it too much. My god, I cannot see anything. I don't appear to be stuck anymore, which is good. So let's just try and get out and go another way. Hurrah! Okay. I can drag whole trees. This is good to know. So what I can do is I can just drag them all and then worry about sorting it all out later. Okay, one down. Which one's next? You. Sorry, old boy, but you gotta go. You are in the way of my farming empire. God, imagine doing that in real life, just running around with trees flying on your head. Now this is a much bigger tree. I'm not entirely convinced we'll be able to drag this one. B. Yeah, too heavy. Okay. Right. I think we've made some pretty good progress. We've taken out, I think, 5 really quite substantial trees. So we certainly have more visible access to this area now. What I am going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of painting just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Painting tends to get rid of all of the little shrubs and things. It just makes it a little bit easier to see if something is a shrub or something that needs cutting down, or something is just like a placeholder for the graphics. So by running this around, you can kind of remove a bit of the clutter on the ground, which is quite nice. And at the end of the day, this is all going to be kind of terraformed really into a concrete jungle, which I'm sure the local residents are really not going to be very happy about. But it's in the interests of capitalism, right? If they like cheap goods and services, then they're going to have to put up with a little bit of concrete paradise. It's very hard to see what I'm doing when I'm stuck in the trees. My goodness. So I should have done this before, really, but now I can just see a little bit easier of what I'm working with. I'm not sure whether these little bushes need to be cut down or whether they can get kind of pulled out with the mulcher. I'm hoping that they can get pulled out with the mulcher. So we already have a much easier set of things to work with. I can't quite level this yet by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like you can't level something where there's trees and tree roots, which of course makes complete sense, because you need to do the work first. So now I just need to figure out the mulching. And yeah, my question really is, can I mulch just over these bushes, or whether I need to go and get the chainsaw out and go cut them all down first. I'm hoping I can just get the mulcher and just go and take all of this out. And of course, I still have lots and lots of trees to pull out, but I can just do that gradually. We have an awful lot of wood already. We have the big tree there, another big tree here, another big tree there, 2 or 3 big trees in this pile here. So I'm thinking we're going to have lots and lots of wood for our sawmill ready to go. But like I said a moment ago, I don't really know how much wood... Which colour did I use? I don't really know how much wood a sawmill takes. So that, of course, could last an age, or it could last hardly any time at all. And I guess we'll find out relatively soon, because we're not too far away now, which is exciting. I'm certainly not going to continue doing this wood cutting on camera, because that is really quite dull for you all, I'm sure. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just crack on with clearing this little wood area. And then once it's all clear and ready for buildings, I'll bring you all back and we can just talk about what to place where and kind of what the goals are and all that sort of thing. Oh my goodness, how have I done that? I've just dug a massive hole into my field. That certainly wasn't me. That must have been a UFO. That looks like a crop circle or something. I'm not sure I can... Field, can I just paint that back? I'm not sure that's going to count as actual field in terms of workable field, but hey, it looks like I've just destroyed a little bit of my field. I might have to get the plough out and rebuild that, but that's okay, I can do that. Looks like I've got something else going on over here as well. That definitely wasn't me. What's happening here? Oh my goodness, the aliens. And there, look. Okay, there's definitely something gone a bit funky with the painting. That may have been what happened here as well. So that's good. So I need to get those bushes down and then clear probably another 10, 15, 20 trees. And then I think that little area is ready. I'm going to build another entranceway here to this field. Because otherwise I have to drive about 1 million miles around the wrong way. At least I can get another entrance here to work this field, and I'll probably put another one here as well, perhaps. So yeah, we're getting nice and organised now. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Once I mulch all this down, I've had to flatten this as well. And of course I've got more trees and more logs over this side. So I think, yeah, another couple of hours of IRL organising, then I think our little base of operations is nicely organised. We've got this whole area smack bang in the middle of the map, which will be certainly our little industrial centre for a while. And we can expand and take over this whole industrial area if we need to build more farm work equipment, or production equipment, sorry. So yeah, I think we're getting organised. I'm just gonna, apart from the crop circles which keep appearing from the aliens. This is going now, so this is not fermenting yet, but very little time has passed, so I don't know how long it takes, but presumably it's going to take a little while. So yeah, I think that was a good session. So I'll stop the recording there, and then I'll do some more tree cutting and organising. And then in the next video, we'll put some buildings down and start getting organised. So I'll catch you all then. Take care. Bye bye for now.